Well, hi folks, here we are, July 2nd. Sort of a cloudy day on Vancouver Island. Trust everyone's fine and all's going well. You survived the July 1st if you're Canadian. Regarding that, some interesting things. I noticed a fellow in Richmond was fined, could be up to $175 for not social distancing while playing basketball. It's hard to figure how you can social distancing playing basketball. You can social distance playing basketball, but whatever. They didn't give a whole lot of details on it. But at the same time, there were no fines issued that I'm aware of for some clowns, for a big protest, people marching to disband Canada Day. We have yahoos like that in Canada, as well as the people, you got clowns like that in the States, but we have them here too. And not that, I'm not aware of any tickets issued to those people marching and protesting to ban Canada Day. No social distancing rules apply there. So whatever you're doing, I guess if you have a protest sign tacked to your back, you're okay. You do whatever the hell you want. Sort of interesting. Sort of interesting. Same as in Ontario with that City Hall in Toronto. All those yahoos are camped right in the square, and nobody's getting tickets there. Some kid shooting hoops though. That's totally rotten and illegal. Oh, enough of that. It just sort of, we're a hypocritical, crazy bunch. And I imagine the person handing out that ticket doesn't have a lot of brass, because it's easy to hand out a ticket to someone who can. It's not going to give you a lot of pushback. But they're not going to walk into a protest march and hand out tickets. I mean, they're scared shitless, probably. That's the irony of the whole thing. Break the law and you're okay. Don't really break any laws and, well, we'll nail your ass. What else? We're going to put some interesting links in the description section. You know, some people think that, or don't realize that stupidity, slavery, nastiness, no one race or no one country has a monopoly on it. No one country, no one race has a monopoly on slavery. It has affected everybody. So I'm going to put Dana Ashlie, I think her name is, has a really neat video, and it's quite recent. She's a researcher, and a really good video on slavery. Like I say, no country, no race, no religion has a monopoly on that. You know, today people are still trafficking in people, and that slavery is still going on. It's wrong. It's not right, and but still going. Nobody talks about that. It'll may surprise you to know that there were white slaves as well. Nobody will talk about that because it just sort of just moves the regular spiel right now. And our parrots with microphones called journalists and broadcasters are not going to tell you that. I have another link to Harry Vox. He has done, another researcher, on the pandemic. You'll find that interesting. And the Rockefeller think tank and the Henry Kissinger report. They're long. They're just printed reports. I'll give you a link to them. If they're still there, because as you may have noticed, the censoring is really becoming crazy. Anything that makes sense, that they just sort of take off. If you mention vaccines, bang, you're gone. You can't debate that anymore. Even though we know a lot of people suffer from vaccines, and some of them don't work, and some of them are crazy. You can't open that debate. You talk about vaccines, you're gone. talk about a lot of things, you're gone. It's not just me, it's doctors and researchers and people who know a hell of a lot more about it than I do are experiencing the same thing. So that's about it for today. We'll leave those links in the description portion, I should say. And I might even put a poem in. You may have saw it somewhere. I wrote it last night, and I'll put that in the description thing. Oh, another thing, someone had mentioned that the young gal singing the national anthem on yesterday's video, the July 1st video, was using the wrong words. And that was from 2017. And it was a multicultural day. And if you haven't seen that, it's worth sort of taking a look at. It was, it's true Canadian. It was at the Calgary Hitmen's hockey game, and they were honoring multiculturalism. And there's people from all over the planet who were marching through and stood by while this young lady sang "O Canada." And for those who are still insisting that there's systemic racism, you've got to look at this sort of thing. There's people from everywhere getting together and enjoying one another's company, respecting each other and having fun, because that's what Canada is. Do we have assholes who don't do that? Of course we do. And you should call them on it, but not call the whole country on that. And so if you haven't seen that, I would check back. That's about all for now. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.